Hello and welcome back to J&B Reviews. Today we're going to be reviewing To Kill a Mongolian Horse,
Whoa.
which we saw at the Palm Springs Film Festival.
We did. Which isn't about killing a Mongolian horse, if
Yeah,
you were
if
wondering.
you're a horse lover, you can still watch this movie.
It is a good movie for horse
I in
people.
fact recommended it to my sister who loves horses
Yes.
because it is not about killing horses, I promise.
No. It's more about how horses are good than to killing them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. I thought I kind of I didn't really connect with the story or anything at all. I just kind of enjoyed it,
Mhm.
It's kind of like, this is a fun kind of experience.
It really doesn't have a plot. It's very much just
No.
like a piece of someone's life in this situation, in this culture, like
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just to kind of expose you to that way of life.
It's almost like another one we did, which is Through Rocks and Stone. Or no, Through
Rocks and
Rocks and
Clouds.
Clouds.
Yeah, similar idea where you're not there for the plot, you're there for the experience of this person's life.
And the overarching message of what they're trying to, the director's kind of trying to convey. It's just here's a person and their culture and what they believe, and here's you learning about it, but also there's this big thing that's happening that you need to know about,
Right. I was really impressed by the cinematography.
It was
This
beautiful.
was some of the best I've seen at the film festival so far.
I would agree.
And that's really impressive because this was her first film.
Yeah, the director.
And well, she said that like the cinematographer or director of photography and like the composer were like her classmates, and I think it's their first movie too, which is really impressive.
Yeah,
like, she should keep that group together.
literally never leave them. Yeah, this is her first ever movie, and it was it looked like an average type of movie. It didn't really have any faults or failures in terms of things, in my opinion, at least. But yeah, it kind of felt like someone who has been doing this for years, or a super long time,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not gonna try to pronounce the director's name because that would probably be highly offensive. Because I do not know how to pronounce that, but we can put it probably on the screen editor. Yes, just to give her a little shout out.
I guess.
Because I was impressed by her. She showed up her screening.
Yeah.
Was really, really nice. Answered everyone's questions really well.
She also brought these
and gave
super
everybody
cool
posters, which no one else has done.
Literally. And they're super cool too.
Yeah.
And she signed them, so that's sick.
Yeah. First ever director. I was like, damn, very impressed.
Yeah.
So shout out to her.
Yeah, she was, and she had very good PR answers to certain things.
You could tell she cared. I was like, damn.
There were several times where people would be like, so what's your opinion about this thing? And she's like, yeah, that's bad. It's they're like, no, it's like this, and it's like, okay.
Well, they wanted her to get political, and she was like,
yeah,
I see both sides of the issue. I don't want to get political.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, okay.
Well, they were just like, no, you should think about it this way. And he's like, okay, thanks, goodbye.
They're like, so are you against the government then? And she was like, I mean, I think that there's a lot of complex issues and there's nuance to the situation, and I didn't want there to be a villain.
Yeah.
And they're so disappointed in that answer. I was like, that's a good answer.
Literally. There were several things about her that just she did very well with answering old white people questions.
But sorry, what were you saying?
I was gonna say, it was also super interesting that the story is about her best friend, that is a horseman.
Oh yeah.
And who he it's just about his story of having to integrate from being a
Well,
shepherd,
it's
kind of
not
like
like his
being.
actual story. It's just inspired by.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
She was inspired by her friend.
Yeah. But the story is kind of like him who's like a guy that's a horseman. He loves horses, loves like sheep and cattle and stuff like that, and kind of having to become part of the modern world and like go more towards that way.
Hence the
Um,
title.
exactly. So it's not actually killing the horse; it's killing the man on the horse.
Yeah, well, killing the way of life.
Yeah,
kind of.
and like kind of his spirit of things of it too. It
Yeah.
seemed like by the end, which they did a phenomenal job at doing. But the main character is actually played by her best friend who it's inspired by.
Yeah.
Which I thought was such a
And then
cool
his
idea.
son played his son. I
Yeah.
was like, and she was like, yeah, he's never acted before.
Yeah. And he did an amazing
because
job.
in the movie the character is like a trick writer for like a horse show as well.
Yeah.
And so she was like, yeah, like in real life, like his only experience is just like kind of performing in that, but he'd never acted before.
Yeah.
I was like,
But
I
his acting
never would have
skills were
known. I never
insane.
would have known.
Literally. Me neither.
So yeah, I was very impressed by that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, that movie was really fun. I think I loved it even more just because of the experience and getting to talk to the director afterwards.
Yeah. You could tell that she really
yeah,
cared
she
and that she
did.
was really excited about it.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah. Which was
But
really
yeah,
nice.
I gave it like 4 out of 5, mainly because I was like, I wasn't like blown away by like the plot and like,
Sure.
like
It was
I could
kind of
have
bland.
gotten more out of it, but for
Sure.
what it was really well done.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I gave it a
very
5 just
good.
because of the experience.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. But yeah.
You should be more sorry. Anyway, that was that.
But yeah.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.